Kia ora, welcome to Bustaz. Today I'm going to make up some battery links because these won't cut it. So I have a heap of these links. I think they're brass, but once I've compressed the cells together they'll be too big. So I either need to re-drill them or make my own, and I'm going to make my own. So I've already done a video on how I've used a bit of this copper pipe and turned that into a buzz bar, which is exactly what I'm doing again, but this time it's a smaller pipe because I only need a smaller strap between these batteries. Now I've already taken you through the process of that in another video, so at the end of this one, if you want to, I'll put a link to that one so that if you want to go back and see that. So I won't bore you with the details, but I'm part way through it now. So you can see here I've squeezed this down in the vise and then with a hammer to a nice flat bar, which I will now cut to length and make my battery links out of it. Pretty good so far. I've got some short ones which will join the three cells together to parallel them, and then some long ones which will join the paralleled blocks together. Something a little like that. Now if we look closely at a terminal, it has this little lip around it, and that is just over 7 mils diameter. Now the original cell links were 7 mils, and they actually don't fit over that lip, and so the original cells were sitting up on top of this lip and not contacting the rest of the terminal. Now I think that's wrong. I think it should touch the terminal and not be putting all that load through just that little lip. So when I make my own links, I will be making them to clear that, probably with maybe an 8mm hole. You know what? Those are ridiculous. They're just too small. And these aren't big enough either. I'm going to make fatter ones. Whilst it looks like overkill, I think that's the way to go. Why not have too much? It's never going to overheat if it's too big. There's no downside. You just waste copper, and I've got quite a lot of copper pipe, so I'm going to make them this size. So this is what I started with. Strip of brass, 12mm by 1mm, upgraded to my own copper bar, 14mm by 2mm, and thought, you know, I'm going to go to full, which is 28mm by 3mm. This is a solid piece of copper here. It cost me a lot to buy it, but to make it, all it takes is a whole crap load of hammering. Here I am. Draw some holes. So this probably looks a little weird. The thing is, when you work with copper, every time you bend it or hammer it or drill it, it gets harder and more brittle. So this piece is actually a whole lot more tough than it was when I started. And this piece, having drilled the holes, actually it's still quite hot, is even tougher still. So what you do then is you anneal it, and you anneal it by heating it up to red, basically. around about 400 degrees or something like that, maybe 700 Fahrenheit, something around there, and which is a red colour. Now I'm doing this at night to make the red easier to see, because during the day it would just look black. And so what that does is it softens it, and it literally makes the copper soft again, which is really good when you're trying to tighten it down on something. It'll mould to the shape nicer, and it becomes easy to bend around small corners and things, but it also actually increases its conductivity, as weird as that might seem. So where I have, I've ground off the ends to make them a little shorter so that they can't touch each other, and I've drilled the holes to suit my battery positions, and so now I am annealing this copper. Now you can cool it down just at room temperature, let it cool down naturally, or you can drop it in water, which is what I'm going to do, and that won't really change the process much, but it will flake off any burnt bits. Now I don't know if you can see this, but what happens is all the black comes off. So I end up with a much cleaner piece of copper than I started with. So I'll put the next couple of pieces on and go and drill the last couple of pieces. And it makes the prettiest green flame. So in the daytime you can't see them glowing red, but because I worked out how long it took for them to heat up at night, when I could see them glowing red, I don't know how long they need to go on. And then I just cool them down, which is quite a neat process to watch in the daytime. So there we go, main battery links made out of copper pipe recovered from the air conditioning on the bus. Total cost, $0. And that's my battery links nailed. So actually it leaves me thinking I could maybe make my own terminals. Anyway, that's maybe later. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit all the buttons, like and subscribe and all that. You could play another video there or something, whatever you prefer. But hopefully I'll see you again soon. Take care, mā te wā.